We can go.
Alright.
We're streaming.
Yep, no worries. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live stream of Bayern Munich versus Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. Of course, the title may look a little bit different to you right now, but we will change it all out. We were experimenting with the event feature. Actually, I don't know if we are going live.
We're still private, probably.
Yeah, sorry, I'll just sort that. Yeah, they don't make this clear at all. Right. Yeah, it's private, so I'll change that. Alright, private, public, save, change the thumbnail. Alright, save that. Right, we should be live now. Okay. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of Bayern Munich versus Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. Alongside me is Seb True. How are you, Seb?
I'm alright, and yourself?
Not too bad. Sorry for the delay, folks.
The clock's a bit delayed, but I'm ahead. I'm ahead in the game.
we were trying to do the watch along from my side, but it didn't quite work out for my fault, really. But we were trying to use the new event feature. Well, I say new, it's new to us, but we couldn't get it to work. So I don't really understand how that all works. Probably something to try out on YouTube at some point. But for now, we are live. That's what matters. And of course, Bayern Munich hosting Hoffenheim. Have you got the background audio on, Seb?
I am just about getting it up.
Good lad. So it sounds like we're there.
Oh, good God, my computer's all over the place.
Do you mean my account has insufficient funds? Right, cool. So we're about 4 minutes in.
We just learned that Jamie is poor.
Yeah, I'm a poor man. If you've just tuned in, welcome. And of course, let us know your thoughts for this game. Who do you think will win?
Who do you think will win, Jamie?
I think it's only one. There's only one in it, I think. Well, actually, I say that Hoffenheim beat them 5-1, didn't they, in the last game?
4-1. 4-1.
4-1.
So,
My God.
it should be a thrilling game. But that's... Usually it is between these two teams. Usually it is. Even if you look back on recent times, last season there was a 4-3 win for Bayern Munich. There's the 6-0 as well near the end of the season. That usually this guarantees goals. And Hoffenheim is a bit of a banana skin team for Bayern Munich. They won beginning of this season. They also won, was it last season just before Kovac got the sack, 2-1. And then they've also during Nagelsmann era, he also managed to get a victory over Bayern Munich. Banana skin team for Bayern, Hoffenheim. But Hoffenheim are struggling at the moment. They're near victories recently have got them a bit further away from the relegation zone, but they were in there about. I remember when we did the Mainz game, they were just floating above the playoffs, the relegation playoff zone. So they're not having the best of seasons.
Certainly not.
I'm just hoping that Kramaric might surprise people today.
Of course, we do have Bayern Munich who beat Schalke 4-0 last week, which was on our live stream. If you joined us for that, if you're back, welcome again. And let us know in the live chat page who you think is going to win. And I've actually just put it in the live chat page as well.
Who have you got to win, Jamie?
I'm going to go with Bayern 2-0.
2-0. Oh, I'd be surprised if Hoffenheim didn't get a goal. Hoffenheim won their last two matches 3-0. I'm not expecting them to win 3-0. but I'm expecting them to get a goal. Especially also the good form of Kramaric, who's got 4 goals in his last 2 matches.
Yeah.
So, I think Hoffenheim will get a goal.
What minute are you on?
I'm on 550.
Okay, so I'm on 6:10.
Yeah.
So I'm a few seconds ahead.
I couldn't get it up on your famous site that you use.
Famous site. Which one's that? Oh, Bet365.
Yeah, it's not there.
Oh dear. Are you using the Bayern Munich atmosphere sound I sent you?
Not yet. It's still downloading.
Oh right, got you. Sorry. I worried that I sent you the wrong one then.
No, I've got a crowd. 2's a crowd.
It certainly is. Well, it's with Hoffenheim at the moment. They're playing in all white.
My internet is terrible. It's not doing it for me today. Keeps freezing this game, but the AC Milan game, no, that's staying up.
Oh, hang on! Oh, Neuer just had to make a save, and Pavard out of position again.
Yeah, what's new?
Dear. Oh, big chance that was.
Everyone knows we're not big Pavard fans. He just gets drawn all over the place. I wouldn't say Pavard wasn't. Not much Pavard could have done, I don't think. You're being a bit.
I think I got the wrong player actually.
Yeah, they got drawn in, the centre backs. Pavard was partially covering, but also keeping to his side in some way. I think he did what he had to. But I'd be surprised if they don't get a goal. Even it's just starting off well for Hoffenheim now, isn't it?
It's
dragged wide, that shot.
Ooh.
Just dragged wide.
Of course, there was a post up from Bayern Munich yesterday, a great picture of Muller, Koeman and Kimmich wearing, basically they look like butlers, and they had the serving plate, each had a ball on, and it would tell you underneath how many assists, and it was quite a funny graphic picture which someone at Bayern Munich had a lot of fun with. Hoffenheim with the free kick, only to be only half cleared in the box, and they should get a corner. No, they don't. They keep it in play by Munich, but it's a bit of head tennis going on in the box there, and Hoffenheim lose the possession at the end, and it's intercepted. It's now with Gnabry, who didn't really he had a few chances in the game against Schalke, but he couldn't get any goals for his team despite his history with Schalke.
No, but you're not expecting Gnabry to score all the time, so it's not really the end of the world, especially the fact that Bayern won so comfortably.
No.
I think he always gets in those positions, so that's one thing. It's not like Sané, who can be frustrating and just out of the game completely. You don't see that as often with Gnabry, so I wouldn't worry too much. But Gnabry has not scored since that cup game against Holstein Kiel. And before that, his last goal came against Cologne back in 2020. I'm not sure when, October. So goal drought is there. Did you say the history with Gnabry and Schalke?
English teams.
Oh.
Did he get a hat trick against
Tottenham?
He got a hat trick against Tottenham, but did he get a hat trick against Schalke as well?
Schalke.
Yeah, in the 8-0 one or whatever that scoreline was again.
I can't remember who got the goals in that. A lot of people chipped in that one. I know even Musiala got one.
Even Neuer got one.
Yeah.
Neuer's actually got a senior goal, I think. I might be wrong, but I'm sure he's got a senior goal.
Okay, that does surprise me.
I might be wrong, but I know, like, for example, Peter Schmeichel has one.
Yeah, I know Peter Schmeichel has one, yeah.
Two, I think. One for United and one for Villa, I might remember.
Begovic has one, and Paul Robinson are ones that come to mind.
Paul Robinson with that goal for Spurs, yeah.
I think it was against Watford, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That really silly goal, let's just call it. Now, see, I can't get it where you are. On the same site you get it. So I'm going to be behind.
Of course, Bayern Munich are hoping that their teams around them will slip up again this weekend, as it has done for the last couple of rounds.
Now it's just being greedy if they're hoping for that.
Well, RB Leipzig, of course, their main rivals at the moment. Dortmund are outside the Champions League places going into this weekend, which that defeat over Mönchengladbach last week was a dramatic game that was good to watch for Seb and I if you watched on our live YouTube watch along. At the moment it's with Hoffenheim again on the front foot, but it's been intercepted. It's now with Neuer, and he should just play it out to his right, and he does so on to Pavard, Sebastian True's favourite player.
Is that he's living off a goal that he scored in the World Cup?
It's so true though, isn't it? Like, that's how I always remember him.
But that side,
just because that goal. It was a great goal.
Where he gets his foot on a 90-degree angle or something similar. He's good at that. He's done passes when he was even before. Am I right in saying Stuttgart? Was that the team he was at before? Or was he not? He was at Stuttgart, yeah. He did that so often from centre back, some really good volleyed passes, and also that goal from the World Cup. He's nearly scored again in a Bayern Munich shirt. He can do that, but I'm not sure what else he can do.
I do feel like there's a lot of players out there who get remembered just for one goal, and people don't actually watch them, if that makes sense. And that's why I'm not always a big fan of stats in football, because people could go on about Martial last season with his 20-odd goals, and I still said last season I don't rate him.
You're still holding the grudge against Martial?
I still have that grudge, yeah. But
your grudge against Martial is like Luke's against Lampard's.
Hey, it's alliteration as well, the two L's, Luke Lampard.
Jamie's just learnt what alliteration means.
The poet. I love with Frank Lampard's new baby. He does a poet, yes. Very good.
Yeah. No, I think Pavard has really lived off that goal. And fair enough if he wants to, but I don't know. I don't rate him as a player.
No, I don't either.
But who have Bayern Munich got who is a right back?
Well, who was Philip Lahm a left back?
Philip Lahm was a right back.
Oh, was he right back? Sorry.
Yeah, he was a right back.
They haven't replaced him, have they? I feel like
it's hard to replace him, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he was the team of the decade, wasn't he, in my eyes, in the last 10 years or so. Hell of a player.
Yeah.
Small as well. You know, a lot of people said he was.
No, he was
too small.
Yeah,
exactly, and I was like, he was quick. He was quick.
Yeah.
Just sharing it on Twitter. Forgot to do that. It's not my day today, Seb. It's not my day. Of course, we were thinking of doing some Dutch football, me and Seb. We have a bit of a go pleasure for Dutch football.
And Augsburg have taken the lead against Dortmund.
Oh dear!
Ouch!
So that is a big moment in the Bundesliga.
Yes,
oh dear! It really is getting that bad. I mean, how long do they keep this manager for? Because right now they're not going to get European football. Well, exactly, but this is when it's their responsibility, isn't it?
I like the way you were so close to saying, Dortmund, it sounds like a you problem. But this means that they're down to 8 at the moment.
That's just crazy.
And they've played a game more than Freiburg. Freiburg could go ahead of them.
Yeah. Freiburg of all teams.
Well, Freiburg are going up against Wolfsburg tomorrow, I think it is. So, nearly had a good chance there, Bayern, in the box. Scrappy.
Yeah, but anyway, went straight to the. Well, Lewandowski tried to get to it, didn't he? But
so depending on the result versus Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen, could Wolfsburg realistically go ahead of them? Wolfsburg have to beat Freiburg by quite some distance to go up to second place, and they have to hope for Leipzig to lose against Bayer Leverkusen tonight. Yeah, if they win tonight and Bayer Leverkusen beat Leipzig, they all go on 35 points. Leipzig, Leverkusen, and Wolfsburg. So it's a mess. It's a mess at the top of this German league.
We love it though, don't we?
Oh
we
yeah,
love
but
it.
Bayern Munich just looking down on everyone now. Even if they're sent in a draw, they're currently 8 points clear of Leipzig with a game played more.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, it was like that at the end of last season, wasn't it, when Bayern Munich started to run away at the end? But
they started to run away later on. later on.
Yeah, and that's what made the season interesting. But I think this time it's the opposite now again of just Bayern Munich have no problems.
No.
And I agree with you, said they've not been the best team, but they've done what they've needed to be.
It's worrying because they can probably hold back on the league now and push for the Champions League.
Exactly. There's been rumours I was watching last night, said that Hansi Flick being linked to the Germany job
I heard
after
that
the
as well,
Euros.
yeah. I heard this.
What do you think of that?
It's not. It wouldn't be surprising if he did go, would it? Let's be honest. He was Joachim Löw's assistant at the national team. He's done well with Bayern. I mean, I know I can criticise him quite a lot, but no denying it. You win a treble, you've done well. And yeah, I think he will. But Germany have probably kept their faith in Hansi Flick too long now, and they might make the same error of doing that till the 2022 World Cup. So I've got a feeling if Hansi Flick says in private, I'm not going, they'll keep Joachim Löw till 2022. But it is time to move on for him, for Löw, the German national team.
Yeah, Joachim Löw's been there for what, 12, 13, 14 years? Basically, Jurgen Klinsmann was the previous manager.
Yeah.
And that was at the 06 World Cup, which they got to the semis, but it was obviously not good for them because they hosted the World Cup, and as you'd always expect with Germany, they expect a big result. They expect to at least, of course, get to the final, but that's how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's their standards of German football, which you gotta love it because it's always exciting for Germany fans, even if you do get knocked out by South Korea, which was last summer. Not last summer. The last World Cup was one hell of a World Cup to follow in the group stages. Still goalless, just about 18 minutes gone, and it's now with Muller, who got a couple of goals last week. Kimmich, Seb and I's favourite midfielder at the moment in the world, I'd say, getting a hat-trick of assists.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, he's brilliant, and I still stand by the fact that I think he's the best midfielder in the world. But he's only got as many assists as Muller this season, so 9 assists for both of them. And Muller's obviously got more goals with 9 goals. That isn't spoken about enough, Muller's record.
Muller's so good.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he's been consistent throughout the whole 10 years, 10, 11
He's had his
years
dips. He had his dip typically with Guardiola.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure Ancelotti was a fan of him either. I can't remember that much. Or I might be getting mixed up. Ancelotti really left him out, and Guardiola, he thrived under Guardiola.
I'll never
Someone correct me if they know. So
I'd love to, actually, let us know.
Someone
I remember.
Go on, Jim.
Sorry, I remember. I think it was Ancelotti took Robin off, because you mentioned Ancelotti just there. And I remember when he took Robin off, and Robin got really annoyed, and then Ribéry and Neuer and all that are just laughing on the bench.
Yeah, there's
so
player power at that period, wasn't there? I'm not sure how well Ancelotti deals with such great player power. Then again, you could argue at Real Madrid he did deal with it, so I don't know.
So still goalless, 20 minutes gone, and
it looks like Bayern Munich will get one. It'd be shocking if they didn't, with all the chances that they're currently creating.
Yeah. Of course, folks, if you are just tuning in, don't forget to try out the live stream later of Final Whistle Show. Should be a lot of fun, which we started doing last week, and we'll be back on again later.
Out of Port across from Alaba to no one.
Of course, Alaba. He hasn't officially joined Real Madrid, but he's expected, isn't he?
Nothing official.
No, they keep.
But he's got time, hasn't he? You don't have to do it within this transfer window. So I don't know. He could wait till April. But there are rumours now going around that he might join Chelsea.
Really?
Yep.
That would be interesting.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure Chelsea will want to fork his wages.
Yeah.
If I were Chelsea, I'd ask. If I were Chelsea, I'd ask Bayern Munich if they want to change now. Give them someone like Rudiger in exchange. So I think Alaba, Thiago Silva could work really well. They both have different attributes that complement each other. Like, Thiago Silva stay back, he's not going to throw himself in towards the man who's on the striker who's on the ball. Alaba will do that, and Alaba will do that reasonably well. So I think it could be a good partnership. One's a bit more erratic than in David Alaba, and Thiago Silva's a bit more composed. I think it could work well, but I wouldn't want to wait till the end of the season.
Of course, Thomas Tuchel, the new manager of Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it sparked a lot of fireworks during the week, especially between the Chelsea fans. But I think Thomas Tuchel, he looks very excited, doesn't he, Tuchel?
He does.
I think he looks like a baby with a candy.
I'm impressed with some of his vocabulary in English.
Yeah, maybe that time out at PSG really helped him.
One thing that most foreigners don't ever attempt or understand is the use of the form. Well, I used to do this, and he's already used it in a sentence. I'm thinking he's decent at English. He's really decent.
Joe Stanley has put 3-1 to Bayern today. He expects.
I think we can expect that, considering that Bayern Munich have been on the front foot. Well, they've not been scintillating, but even just now they're pushing for it, and they could have had a goal by now.
Especially late on in matches, they're known for, aren't they?
They're the second half kings.
Second half kings, especially against Mainz a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were 2-0 down. They just got up and did it.
5-2.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, but who came on? Oh wait, no, they took Pavard off, and then Kimmich was quite influential in that game. I think he got 2 assists. I'm not sure. Definitely got 1. Yeah, sorry, we talk about Kimmich a lot, or I talk about him a lot. Big fan. So obviously, this is also Sebastian Hoeneß is the manager of Hoffenheim, another one of those young up-and-coming managers who did previously manage the second Bayern Munich team. So he's been in this Bayern Munich system, and it's actually Hoffenheim who convinced him to go there and leave Bayern Munich too.
Oh, Seb, your mic keeps. Sounds okay now.
Oh, damn it!
It's kind of going. Sounds like the mic being pushed for a moment.
Oops, I don't know then. That's worrying.
Might have to listen back to the stream so you can hear it. Sounds a bit. It's been coming and going, but I think it might have gone again now. But
oh damn it! It's completely fuzzy on the.
Seb's dying. Don't go.
See if this works.
Oh, Muller not happy with the foul there. He thought he got the ball or something like that. I'm not really sure. I've missed the moment when it happened. Here come Hoffenheim from the free kick. Then on the left-hand side comes to Babo. Oh, shot off the target. And I think have they got themselves a corner? It was across the face of goal. And I'm not sure what happened at the end, but he tried to go for that. Oh, he just couldn't get the contact. It was there for him. The ball was past Alaba on the near post, and oh, it was perfect. He just had to get the header Neuer was waving his arms about, hoping that he would make the save if needed, but it stays at goalless, and it did go behind for a goal kick.
Did
So
you say Babel?
Bayern Munich on the back foot there, and could have been 1-0 down at home to Hoffenheim. Big moment that was. I can hear you, Seb, no problem.
It's fuzzy though.
You sound fine from my end. It's just little moments now and again where it sounds like a mic is being like hit. You know when you like hit a mic and it does that kind of noise. Oh, hang on, Harsh Pandy's getting in touch with us on the live chat page saying how's it going. We're fine. I think Seb's fine. He's got a fascinating jumper on, which I do like, and we must find out what brand he got that from. Do let us know in the comments, and you can guess. Is it H&M? Is it Swiss clothing? Is it Tag Heuer?
I'm struggling
Who
with the
knows?
audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
On the stream page, the match and audio all sounds all okay. As in, you can't hear me, or
But
is
it?
it?
It keeps making fuzzy noises. This is me. I'm trying to sort it out. It's just...
Oh, okay. You sound fine though. Let me know if you need any feedback. So Harsh Pandy, hope you're well. Of course, you tuned in last week for our Bayern Munich game. Hope everyone there as well. And 28 minutes gone in this game. And Hoffenheim have probably had the best chance so far when it was Bebo who missed with the header at the end. He'll be gutted not to have got that. Don't forget to subscribe, folks, if you haven't yet, to Let's Talk Sport. We'd really appreciate it.
Wondering if I'm still heard.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm testing on the tube.
Okay, cool. Sounds fine from my end on the tube.
Yeah, I've just added some filters on OBS
OBS.
to take out the noise.
It's like that film Office Space, right? Where they get that printer that they dislike and they decide to put it on a field and smash it up with a baseball bat. That's me with OBS.
I've just got it now, and now I'm too warm. I'm going to take off my jumper.
Oh, he's taking it off, ladies. He's taking it off. Ooh, get the music on. Oh, he's down to white t-shirt. We now know who he supports today. It's clearly Hoffenheim.
This was not planned.
Hansi Flick will not be happy.
Did you see that dive? Was it Babu? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was theatrical.
Nearly as bad as his header dive, which could have gone in, but he missed it.
Yeah.
Here they come now, Bayern. Oh, good through. Oh, last man challenge. That was a good stop with the ball, and it's now with Koeman. He's gonna. So he goes for a turn. He goes for the shot, and they've got themselves a corner.
Yeah, he's probably one of Bayern's best wingers during this period of the season, I'd say.
I do like him. He scored the winning goal, of course, for the Champions League. Kingsley Coman. Where's he from?
Who? Coman?
Yeah.
He's from Paris.
Is he from Paris? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think he's from Paris.
Is he a French player?
Yeah, he's French. He's French. Yeah.
Damn it! France have too many good players. No wonder they won the World Cup.
I don't know even. Was he? I don't think he was even in that World Cup squad.
No, I think you're probably right. I don't think he was.
Yeah, he was born in Paris. Got that one right.
Harsh Pandy, if you are still watching, let us know your scoreline predictions today. That'll be.
Did you like that Jerome Boateng attempt at the outside of a foot shot cross?
Yeah.
That was just wishful thinking, especially from Boateng.
I tell you what, Nuho has done the right move there in the box just then, as Lewandowski had the ball pretty much in the box, was about to shoot, but Nuho was there to stop the possession. And they're going to have a corner, Bayern. Another corner. I'm not sure how many corners they've had, but they certainly like to make the threat. It's Kimmich with the corner. Knowing Kim, he'll get at least a hat-trick of assists.
5 corners for Bayern.
Here comes the corner. Oh, and he's gone over assist. It's a goal.
Good God.
Bayern Munich 1-0 up, and I think it's Lewandowski with the header. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. I couldn't quite see. The picture I've got is a bit blurry, so it's not easy to see. But Bayern are 1-0 up, and that means... What does that mean, Seb?
It means it means that Kimmich is now topping the assists.
He is.
He's gone ahead of Muller.
I think it came off Boateng. I think it's a Boateng header. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's a Boateng goal.
So, top of the assists table in Bundesliga. Muller's second with 9 now. Kimmich ahead with 10.
And Harsh Pandey says it will be 2-0 to Bayern. Well, you're halfway there, mate, because it's now 1-0.
Not really sure what they can do. They completely crowded that penalty area, and yeah, Hoffenheim try and get their heads to it. But when you've got tall players like Boateng and Süle, you're not going to get there.
No.
Yes, you could argue that he probably should jump higher, the Hoffenheim player. I think that's harsh. I'm saying that, but I don't know if anyone is criticising it. Obviously, Kimmich with what seems to be a new haircut. Getting the assist. And so 32 minutes played, and we're with 1-0 to Bayern.
That's exactly what they needed, though, wasn't it, Seb? I'm sure Flick and the squad know what it's like against Hoffenheim, sometimes being that kind of bogey team. And
yeah, but they don't usually lose twice to the same teams in a season, Bayern.
No.
It doesn't. No. Usually they rectify it in some way or another.
So say doing a double over Bayern Munich alone would feel like winning the league.
And plus, let's not forget Bayern Munich's immense home form. I don't remember the last time.
Empty ground as well.
Yeah, but I don't remember the last time. I think, if I'm not wrong, the last time we lost there was against Leverkusen at the end of 2009.
Yeah.
And that was the day we were in Berlin.
Oh yeah, against Bayern Leverkusen. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
In Germany.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. That's the last time I think they lost at home. I know they drew against Leipzig at home, which they probably should have lost. Watching that game. Before you said Bebu, and I thought you were saying Babel, and I was completely confused by it.
Yeah, he's a big team player. Ryan Babel at Hoffenheim.
Oh yeah.
Did he go back? He went back to Ajax, didn't he?
To where did you say?
No, sorry, ignore me. I'm getting mixed up with players now. Ignore me.
I think he's at Galatasaray again. He was on loan at Ajax.
10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to go to the first half.
Yeah, and at the moment it's just 1-0.
And obviously the feature game I put on elsewhere.
Non, il est pas content.
The feature game I put on was Crystal Palace Wolves. I'm treating myself.
3 o'clock kickoffs are not always the kindest.
Nah, I've changed over to City Sheffield. I went for the bold move of putting Cancelo as my fantasy football team captain, and obviously he's not playing.
Surely City are going to get a few goals again today.
I've also put a cheeky bet that Sheffield will win.
You know, I would... I'd love if they did, because as a United fan, it would look good for us. But
I am... as someone who, I don't know a lot about colours, but I know enough to know that your first kit being red and your second being pink is questionable.
Yeah.
It's really... It doesn't sit right with me.
I couldn't believe that was their away kit for the other night, though.
I feel like Lazio got it perfectly with their third kit, you know, the bright yellow that I showed you the other day, and one that you could put their natural sky blue colour on and it looks good. That is well done, I think. So other scores, Dortmund have equalised. Haaland missed a penalty.
Oh dear.
God.
Oh.
That's going to cause a bit of controversy. Who's going to take it next? Is it going to be Royce again?
Oh, we've got 312 subscribers now, so thank you very much.
Coman doing
subscribe
well,
if you haven't.
just to get the... Oh, Davis slipped, didn't he?
He
But
did.
Coman did well to drill past and get the ball through. It looks like it's a bit wet, the pitch.
It was. I think it was snowing in Munich last night, from what I've
Possibly, but the pitch looks in good nick.
It does.
Well
yeah.
done.
It's
Because I
such a-
saw against Everton versus Newcastle before, and their pitch looked... It didn't even look like they cut the grass.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
So how are Hoffenheim playing? Are they playing a 4-3-3? Are they playing a 4-4-2? I'm trying to figure it out. I think they're very trying to be very free flow with it. And in another game, Mönchengladbach have gone behind against Union Berlin.
No! No, they're supposed to be aiming for the league. I wish.
This puts them down into 7th and Union to 5th.
I still find that Stuttgart result so hard to take.
It's a hard
on
pill
the
to swallow,
last
yeah.
minute. It
Yeah.
really is. When you know you could have been, especially when other teams were slipping up at the time. It's
Yeah,
so annoying.
yeah.
But it's easy to look back, but you just got to look forward.
Obviously.
It's the best way, and that's what I've always tried to say to Seb about his surname. It's false, but he
We
says
take
it's
what we
always
can.
true.
Yep.
Take what we can. Trying to find a good picture of Boateng to put on our tweet that he scored, but I can't find one.
Can't find a good pick. Not even the purple hair or blue hair.
Oh yeah. There's a good picture I've just found of Boateng and Alaba doing like a, what's it called when you get your backs at each other when you jump at each other?
I don't know, but I know what you
always
mean.
forget.
Where you
Yeah,
bump backs. That sounds like the worst
That's
ever
the
word.
new name. That's the new name. I can't remember. I can't remember now. If I was still a kid, maybe, but I can't remember.
I like that Hoffenheim are being at least a bit audacious by saying, we'll have Kramaric and Bebu trying to put pressure on Alaba and Boateng up top field. Oh, and Jesus has scored.
Is it already 1-0 to City?
It is 1-0 to City already.
That's going to be a long game.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me now. I've got my captain of the fantasy is not on the pitch, so I just hope he doesn't come
You
on
have a lot.
with minutes in the end.
I'm starting to realise how much you have riding on matches these days.
Go on.
You've
What do you mean
got-
by that?
You've got betting going on, you've got fantasy prem going on, and yeah.
Yeah, but I also bet that Sheffield would win, so I'm also shooting myself in the foot in some way. They say, don't they, that never bet on the team that you're supporting, so if you're supporting for one reason, then you shouldn't be betting on it for a different reason. I don't know, it's just the way I do things.
The way he does things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
2-0 to Bayern. No, it's not. It's not.
No, I was going to say, I thought you were ahead of me all of a sudden.
I thought this is... I predicted this would be a draw, this match.
You know what's really funny, Seb? With the Bet365 stream, I know the goal's going to go in like a few seconds before I see it.
Yeah, that's
It's quite
fair enough.
weird, so I try and control myself before I reveal.
Before you've seen it, you say, fantastic goal, and suddenly it's just a really bad one.
Yeah. Oh, it's the goal of the century. It was just a tap-in, Jamie.
It was a tap-in, yeah.
I'd say it now. It was amazing. Let's look at the scores then, shall we, in the Bundesliga, as Seb has been mentioning. Union Berlin.
And Schalke have gone ahead.
Schalke have gone ahead against Werder Bremen. They have.
Oh, I had money on Werder Bremen as well. Good God.
Oh dear, this is what I mean with Seb. He has to handle with a lot of things.
Every time I bet
once.
against Schalke, they pull a result out of the hat. Every time.
It's of course Bayern Munich 1-0 up here on our live watch along. Frankfurt goalless with Hertha Berlin at the moment, and Seb will be watching RB Leipzig versus Bayer Leverkusen at 5:30 later on, the final whistle show. Are you looking forward to that?
Yep, absolutely. Can't wait.
He can't wait. Let's just hope your Bayer Leverkusen game was better than their game last week against Wolfsburg, which was 1-0 to Wolfsburg, but it wasn't this kind of match you want to watch on a Saturday afternoon.
It is or it isn't, are you saying?
It isn't. It isn't.
I'm not too bothered. I don't mind watching a bit of Wolfsburg. They might be second by the end of the day, depending on if the results go in their favour. Oh no, the end of the weekend. They're playing tomorrow. I think they're playing tomorrow. Well, not playing today, and and Germany, they don't usually play on Mondays.
No, they don't. They do have now and again one random Monday night game. I remember when we went to Germany, they had one, didn't they?
Oh, I don't think they did.
Hoffenheim.
Oh, I don't think they did.
No, they did.
Hoffenheim?
No, they did. Yeah, it was Hoffenheim or someone was playing on a Monday night when we went. But this was the day after we left.
Yeah, obviously we left.
Sorry. We went on Monday morning, but there was a game on Monday night, which I remember at the time when looking at games to watch, I nearly suggested it, but I thought, nah.
I had to be back after that weekend, so it was a no-go. Who's a no-go, Jamie?
Oh, hang on. Oh, what's that?
It was a no-go for me. That even if you just suggested it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now I know.
Now you know exactly.
Now I know. Feel free to get in touch with us on the live chat page. We can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be Bayern Munich or Hoffenheim or German football. It could be anything that you want. Oh, hang on, here come Bayern again, and it's going to go through to Muller. Is it going on his own? No, it's going to be a strike. Oh, it's Lewandowski. No, it's Muller. It is Muller who scored. Oh, and he's thrilled because it's now 2-0 to Bayern Munich. And wow, Muller, he scored last week with 2 goals. He's got another one this week. And that German is doing wonders yet again. And Seb, Hoffenheim, with 3 minutes before half-time, they would have been happy to have gone down 1-0, but not 2-0.
They all do well in that. Lewandowski holding the ball up, dribbling. Kimmich at the start of the action, passing it between teammates and getting the ball forward. They all do well there. Even Muller to get the ball through to Lewandowski that he then lays off afterwards. Yeah, good goal. Good goal.
I like the shot. It's a bit of a clumsy shot, I guess.
It's one of those ones that hits the ground, you miss hit it and it bounces up.
Yeah.
Is Lewandowski offside though?
Oh. At the moment they're not checking, but I don't think
it doesn't bounce up off the ground. He lifts it very weirdly, but it does seem like a bit of a miss hit with the tip of his toe. That's nice to see. I like that goal.
It's absolutely chucking it down there now, which I didn't realise.
And AC Milan go 2-0 ahead. Now this is intriguing.
Oh, hang on, here come Hoffenheim straight away on the front foot, and it's with Bebo. Oh, and he scored! It's 2-1.
I told you they'd get a goal. And I'm still seeing the replay of the goal. I'm still seeing the replay of the goal.
Sorry, Seb, I've misled you, but no, it is 2-1. But Hoffenheim, well, that's exactly the response you want, Seb, when you go 2-0 down and then just.
Didn't I say Kramaric would score? Didn't I say Kramaric would score? He's that's now 5 goals in 3 games for him. And it's a good one as well, but where's the marking? Where you've got Kramaric running into the box on his own and Bebu's out wide putting across him. How can you not pick up the player? And it's not like he's busting the gut to get into the box. He's running, but yeah, they should pick him up. They should pick him up there. A good game.
Boateng tried to stop it.
Oh, is Bebu offside? It looks like Pavard might be keeping him on side. Pavard on the far side.
I think it was, when I first watched it, I didn't think it was.
There's no sense of urgency from the Bayern defenders, is there? Because they've got no other players up Hoffenheim. It's only Bebo and Kramaric. Or has it been? It's been disallowed.
Off guard because it's straight.
Oh no, it hasn't. Sorry, it hasn't.
No, I was going to say I did.
They were playing on, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't up on the scoreboard. Yeah, coming back to the question you were saying before about Monday night Bundesliga, there was, and it was Mainz versus Frankfurt. That Mainz won 2-1, just for a bit of useless information. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I look for while missing goals. But we've got a game on our hands here, haven't we?
We do.
And Fulham have gone 1-0 up against West Brom.
It is half time, and I forgot to tell Seb, but in our new background, if you put HT as in for half time underneath the scoreboard, it can go in that red roller banner. So that roller banner has another reason.
Yeah, the red roller banner.
Well, I think it's called. I don't know why I keep calling it. It's called banner. Why do I keep calling it roller banner? I'm getting mixed up with those things that you see at stores or markets or whatever. So Bayern Munich 2, Hoffenheim 1 at half time, and it's an interesting game because Bayern Munich fought with just 2 minutes to go before the half-time break with Muller's miss-hit goal. They all thought they'd be all right at half-time, but just out of nowhere, Hoffenheim straight from the kickoff. It's quite incredible that they got a goal straight away, and they completely got it, and it's a fantastic.
It was against the run of play, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was.
So yeah, and I was mentioning to you before that West Brom were losing 1-0 to Fulham. So Sheffield United need a win against City, and then they can get West Brom in last place.
Let's go through the half-time score, shall we, in the Bundesliga. So Dortmund are 1-1 with Augsburg at the moment. As Seb mentioned before, it was a Haaland penalty miss in that game. Frankfurt 0, Hertha Berlin 0. Werder Bremen are 1-0 down at home to Schalke. What a vital 3 points that would be if they can hold on to that. And then Union Berlin are 1-0 up against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And I know, I mean, I would obviously, as an Englishman, I would say Union Berlin, but I've heard others say Union Berlin, so I don't know. I don't know. I should probably not be allowed to talk about German football after that. I do apologise. But interesting game so far. Seb, the usual suspects though of Muller scoring and Kimmich getting an assist and Boateng with the header as well. It's a thumping header. Boateng
was a bit of a shock one, but then you guess that they've got aerial threats. Why not exploit it with the likes of Boateng? Yeah, it's a thrilling match. 2-1 at half-time, you can't complain. That's his first goal of the season. That's his first goal in the Bundesliga since the 17-18 season. So good for him.
Yeah, good for him. It must be weird as well, because when you're a defender or someone like Boateng that doesn't score, when you score, you want to make the most out of it, don't you? With the celebrations and think, I might never do this again for a few more years.
Yeah, obviously. But that means I think it's his 5th goal in Bundesliga all time, or I might be wrong. It is his 5th. I got that right. Whew. Relief there. Jumper goes back on.
He's putting the jumper back on. The ladies are disappointed.
Aha.
We are all still wondering where he got that jumper from.
I'll have to check. I think I got it online. I can't be bothered now.
Can't be bothered. Can you believe
the audacity?
We are hearing? The audacity is quite disappointing.
Yeah. And just to also note out that I've got this game up on German TV. And Klopp is everywhere on German TV. He is in every advert. He is in everything.
Especially the Erdinger advert.
Ooh, careful now. But I swear to God, every single advert, Klopp is in it. It's just hilarious. Like, there was just one with a Football Index advert that he was on. Not sure that a coach is allowed to be promoting betting, or am I getting that completely wrong? He's not allowed to bet. But yet he's allowed to be on an advert where it looks like he's betting. Questionable.
Questionable.
Ethically, I think it is questionable, yes. So
I must admit, Seb, I was a little bit disappointed this morning. Postman comes, I get nothing in the post, and I was hoping I'd have my FIFA 21 ready. But you know, it hurts you even more when it's a Saturday, and you know you're not going to get any more posts until the Monday when the work week starts again.
Obviously, no post on Sunday. Obviously.
A good famous Harry Potter quote for me.
Obviously.
No post on Sunday. I think you should do one of your shit posting on that guy saying no post on Sundays. You know when he takes the Darth Vader mask off, be like, no post on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
I very much welcome that.
I can put the audio off now. It's half time. Half time. We chill.
You can, yes.
We chill.
The crowd have gone in at half time.
The crowd go in and
have their pints and pre-match pie.
Obviously. Yep. So I thought it might be 2-2. It's still on. We could still have 2-2. I doubt it. It's hard.
Who knows?
It's hard to think of Bayern Munich not scoring in the second half. But then again, they have failed to score in the second half against Augsburg and also Mönchengladbach recently. So who knows?
I mean, for the league's sake, especially us neutrals here, we would like to see nothing but at least a draw. I think for the league's sake, because especially with Dortmund slipping up again and Leipzig. Well, Leipzig don't play till this evening, but they've got a big game against Bayer Leverkusen, which could go either way. But we'll see. Of course, Leverkusen did lose to Wolfsburg last week, so they don't want to lose again, regardless of where it is. So it will be interesting. Let's quickly just go through the Premier League scores. Of course, earlier today, Everton lost 2-0 to Newcastle United, and it was 2 goals for Callum Wilson. He had some chances, and he took some of them at the end, which is great to see, because Newcastle United have been under pressure with Steve Bruce in charge, and because of that win, they do go 6 points out of the relegation zone, and as we speak, their rivals in the relegation zones of West Brom versus Fulham, a 6-pointer this one. West Brom 1-0 down to Fulham after 18 minutes, and actually this isn't good for West Brom, because let's not forget they lost 5-0 at home as well to Man City in midweek, which is just going to really dampen their confidence in terms of trying to stay up. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0 after just 19 minutes, and it's Gabriel Jesus who opens the scoring there, and it was Torres that got the assist. No, not Fernando. Crystal Palace 0, Wolves 0 as well, and that's don't know really. Some match going on there, I guess, but I couldn't care less.
Yes, I want to mention West Brom though. I want to mention West Brom because since the last home win, which was against Sheffield United, they have scored 1 goal, which was the game after, the 6th of December, and they've conceded 23 goals now at home. So, yeah, they're really terrible, and I think Sam has pushed his luck now. I think this is it, especially if someone like Scott Parker in a similar position in the relegation zone gets 3 points. They go what? I think they go about 7 points clear of 5 points clear of West Brom. They're still in the relegation zone. But I don't think this is game over for Sam Allardyce's West Brom. I think Sheffield United have actually got more of a chance of staying up than West Brom. I'll say it now.
Oh wow! And you've been going on about saying how good Sheffield United.
Okay, no, Sheffield United are unfortunate.
They're okay,
they're unfortunate. I wouldn't go to the extent of saying this is the worst Premier League team that we've ever seen. I think there are multiple mistakes, like fighting for certain challenges, different things, but they lose matches by 1 goal usually, not a lot. So they've been really unfortunate, in my opinion. I think West Brom have actually just been terrible. I mean, Sheffield United have conceded 34 goals this season. West Brom have conceded 49. There's a big discrepancy there. I think West Brom will go down easily, and also Newcastle's win puts a lot of pressure on those down below, because Newcastle, Burnley 22 points, Brighton are on 18, and Fulham in the drop zone are on 16. The gap is starting to open up a bit now, so it's worrying for the likes of Fulham and Brighton, because if Fulham start winning or Brighton start winning, depending on which one starts getting points, then I think we've got our bottom 3.
Harsh Bandy has just put in the live chat page 2-1 already. Yeah. It's been a good first half.
Bit out of the blue, I thought the goal from the Hoffenheim. I thought Munich's was coming, but Hoffenheim's really surprised me there. Yeah. I think we will see more goals though. I said Kramich will score, so I'm just happy I'm right there. That's all I needed. That validation.
He's a top goal scorer as well, isn't he, this season?
Oh, Real Madrid's Militao has just got a red card in the 8th minute against Levante.
Oh dear.
Oh God. So
it's bad when it's that early.
Yeah. So Ramos is out. So Militao was recovering, and 8th minute he's got a red card. This is good because I bet on Levante. I thought they'd do it, and they might. Who knows? And yes, everyone who's asking, I might be crazy betting on Levante. They're currently in terrific form, so I'm sticking by that. And only recently lost against Emery's Villarreal. Yep, I said it. They're good. And Real Madrid will lose the title.
Nature calls, Seb. You must run the ship for me.
I will run the ship. Yep.
You must run the ship. Which I hope by the time I come back, it's not a nuclear power plant exploding.
That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Or like in The Simpsons when Milhouse, loses the building. Millhouse, what happened? Well, it's pretty simple. It was standing up, then it fell down.
Yeah.
Well, where the rat's going to go? I'll be back in a minute.
No worries. So shout out anyone who thinks, what are your score predictions? Tell us now. And what we got to say about Bayern and Hoffenheim. We want to hear it. So yeah, just to go back over through the results, Bayern Munich 2, Hoffenheim 1 means that Bayern Munich currently are 10 points clear of Leipzig in second place, having played a game more, counting this one. Dortmund drawing 1-1 against Augsburg. Haaland missing the penalty. Dramatic. Shall Royce take the next one? Who knows? Delaney getting the equaliser 5 minutes after that penalty miss though. Royce providing it. And Frankfurt, Berlin, 0-0. Doesn't affect the top four so much. Union Berlin beating Mönchengladbach 1-0 at the moment, which means that Union Berlin go within 1 point of fourth spot, which is occupied by Wolfsburg at the minute. Could be an interesting race for top four, and Union Berlin surprising us again, but doing better this season. We'd love to see it. And Schalke look on course to get their second victory of the season, while they're currently beating Werder Bremen 1-0, and this is the big matchup between the American strikers of Hoppe and Sargent. Sargent for Bremen and Hoppe for Schalke, so good matchup there. Yeah. Bayern's just going to press harder for the first 30 minutes. I guess so. I guess they've got no choice now. But they did seem to dominate this first half in some way. Hoffenheim can probably count themselves a bit lucky to have got a goal. They have had some shots, granted, but I still think it was a bit fortunate that they got that goal. It was out of nowhere. They're going to press Bayern and they'll probably try and get a 4-1 win here. They'll want to assert their position in first place, especially next week. They're going up against Hertha Berlin. Should be a winnable game. Arminia Bielefeld, then Frankfurt. The games should be getting easier. They want to probably have this margin in the league so no one can catch them and they can rest players, get ready for the Lazio game in the Champions League, which is coming up in about 3 weeks' time. And go all out on the Champions League, because if they get 13 points clear, 16, it's over. It's over in January or February, this title race. I think it personally is over already, so I don't... If they win this game and Leipzig don't get a win tonight, done. And it's not a given that Leipzig have to play against Bayer Leverkusen tonight, which I think will be a very difficult match. Leipzig at home. Leipzig usually are better at home, but they lost against Mainz last weekend at home, so nothing is a given. Leverkusen have lost the last 2 games away from home, one against Union Berlin and one against Frankfurt, so it's hard to tell. And these matches, typically between Leipzig and Leverkusen, they usually end in a draw. The last 3 have been draws, so I think Leipzig might draw tonight. This puts Bayern really in the driver's seat that they can't possibly mess this one up. Yeah. So, as you mentioned, 30 minutes to press. I'd agree. 30 minutes to press, they get a 3-1. The game's over, the title race is probably over. So, looking forward to seeing the second half, because it's been a good first one. It's been a good first half. Oh, sorry, I've got to correct myself. Leipzig lost away at Mainz, not at home. Error there. Their home record is normally good. They've only lost to Dortmund at home this season. They drew against Cologne, and if not, it seems like the rest is just a victory. Yeah. Not wrong there. And Real Madrid go ahead with Marco Asensio getting the goal. So despite going down to 10 men, Zidane has made no substitutes. Must be keeping that back line of 3 of Odriozola. Okay, surprise. Varane, Mendy, maybe Casemiro dropping in there. I'm not watching the match, I cannot say. But he is probably showing this great level of arrogance there by keeping that back line. Probably disrespectful to Levante because they're not exactly prolific goal scorers. But yeah, I still think there's a chance for them in this match. Playing a whole 90 minutes with 10 men, even for Real Madrid, that isn't easy. They have to win probably because they win this match. Two games played more than Atletico Madrid, who are currently first, but they're still 4 points behind Atletico Madrid. So Atletico Madrid win their games in hand. That makes what? It's 10 points ahead, which is phenomenal. Oh well. Terrific. Just went over a few of the what's going on in Europe. I was talking a bit. Real Madrid have taken the lead.
Oh, is it 1-0?
It's 1-0. Marco Asensio, which I don't think anyone really expects. I don't see him as a goal scorer, but anyway. And Zidane's made no substitutes, so he must be confident that this back three can do the job against Levante. Yeah.
Are you who would you say is Real Madrid's best player at the moment?
I don't watch enough to judge, but if I'm hearing rightly from everyone else, it's Benzema. That's what I hear anyway.
He doesn't stop scoring.
Or Modric. Someone mentioned to me Modric is still quite essential in that setup. But Modric now, what, 35? And Benzema's not getting any younger either. He's 33.
How old's Toni Kroos now?
Toni Kroos isn't 30 yet, I'm quite certain. Oh, in 8 years, he's 31. I misspoke. He's only just turned 31, so I can be excused for that. Yeah, and it's an aging Real Madrid team. And you look at Ramos, who's still their leader at the back, who's, I think he's what, 33, I'm guessing? Or he could be older. 34. So close.
Well, Seb, start that match clock. It's the second half. It's began. And it's, of course, Bayern Munich leading 2-1 against Hoffenheim. Which, if you actually look to Seb's far left of his camera, you can see the pitch moving.
No, that's the Milan game. So I've got Bayern Munich in front of me, and I've got Man City in front of me.
Share with your viewers, how many screens have you got going?
Okay, so I've got one where we've got our channel, and we've got the comments. So basically one where I'm watching ourselves. One where I've got the City game on and our OBS setting up. And then one where I've got Bayern Munich on currently. And I've put in an old big TV that we have as another screen right facing my bed. So that's got Milan on it. But that's a bit behind me when I'm sat at my desk, so I can't really see it that well. I have to turn like this, and then I can see it all. But you can't watch 5 matches at a time. That's not possible.
No, I can only do one, to be honest.
I can barely do one right now. My concentration is so low.
It's funny because I've only done 2 if I just really want to know what's going to happen in another game.
It's to keep informed almost.
Yeah. Let's say if it's my team going for the title and the other team that are title rivals are playing at the same time, then it's Gardner there just had a shot off target for Hoffenheim, and I think was Kimmich involved with that because he's down on the ground and Neuer will go over to I guess pick him up, but he was literally free on goal. Really, he didn't have any marking.
Yeah, it goes over the bar.
Him?
No, that looks like Pavard. I mean the one that goes over the bar just then.
Yeah, you're right. It is Pavard.
It is Pavard, yeah.
I should know this. Kimmich's 32, isn't he? As in, that's his number.
No, he's number 6. He's taking on number 6.
It is number 6. So it was. Oh.
Yeah. I told you. We've had this conversation on the stream before. You said he's still number 32. No, he took the number 6. Number 6 just recently. Was it Thiago who had it before? I think.
I can't believe he would change his number without consulting me.
Oh.
We had everything.
Yeah, especially you, Mr. Shirt Trader, hey?
Well, what can I say?
In fairness, Thiago got there before Kimmich just to get the 6, so...
Who's Thiago?
Thiago Alcantara.
Who's that?
He plays for Liverpool. I think he got his first win when he started for Liverpool the other day.
What, the greatest midfielder in the world?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, when he started again for Liverpool, he's only won 1 match, and that was the match against Tottenham the other day.
Maybe that could be the difference of winning the title. We'll see.
He just comes on as a sub, like against Chelsea.
Oh God, I remember that Chelsea game, and everyone was praising him already. I was like, what did he actually do?
Okay, no, there's some good passages of play. Okay, fine, and there were a lot of completed passes, but people talked about him like as if he's shown he's the best midfielder in the world in that match. I'm sorry, but no, because there's no pressure from Chelsea. Chelsea sat back in that match, being a man down, and Thiago just did whatever he wanted. It's like, if you're looking at completed passes and saying that's the metric you're going to base the best player in the world off, then it's just ridiculous, because Jorginho's up there. Jorginho the other night had one of the highest amount of passes completed Premier League game of the season, I think it was, against Wolves.
Yeah.
Does that prove he's the best? No. But he was good, Jorginho.
It's funny as well, Seb, with your camera. Since you've moved a bit more, you can see a bit more of your bedroom there, which is very interesting.
Bit of an expose here, right?
It really is. It's really down to, I'm sure the wife doesn't mind it, but for some of us, we would like to know the back behind the scenes of Sebastian True.
Our viewers get more get to see this room more than the wife.
Oh no!
I'm sure Harsh Pandy's seen it more than her.
If you have Harsh Pandy, let us know. He's actually just said to us before, as we speak about him, Bayern just going to press harder for first 30 minutes. Yeah, that's about right.
I commented on that when you were gone,
Jamie. Sorry.
No, don't worry. It's yeah, but it actually looks like Hoffenheim are doing the pressing, which okay.
Goalkeeper, he's getting a bit character now. He's just telling his players, "Come on, let's get these passes together." Oh, there's a foul on the Hoffenheim defender, and it's Pavard with the foul. I think he did his hamstring in for a moment there.
Pavard with the foul? Okay.
Looked like it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Excuse me. Seb's favourite player. Funny enough, Seb said yesterday he wanted a Pavard Bayern Munich shirt.
Don't that, Jamie.
Fake news.
That's libel, Jamie.
I'm trying to find you a good Kimmich shirt, but I found one, but it was extra large. I was like, damn it.
That's probably the one that Kimmich wears himself, despite not being anywhere near extra large.
I know, he looks like he's wearing an extra large, actually.
Always has done.
While we do this, I'm going to have a look right now.
Wow. The commitment to watching the game.
I've just well, actually, I've just seen a tweet that's popped up on my phone from Dan Middleton, who I did a video with earlier today, previewing the Super Bowl next week. So that'll be on our channel come Thursday night. So
will you be watching it, Jamie?
I will be. Yes.
Oh, next week. Next week.
It's next Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
It's oh, hang on, here come Bayern Munich. Oh, it's going to be a corner. It was a shot.
Okay, so Bayern are pressing high now. Bayern are really pressing high, and
yes,
there's no surprise. We mentioned it from Harsh Pandy's comment. This is what they can do. And I also mentioned before, Bayern Munich just have to press hard, get the third goal, and the title's basically over.
Yeah.
Because if I don't expect Leipzig to get a result tonight, I said the last 3 games between Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen have ended in draws. It ends in a draw tonight. Bayern are 3 points clear.
Yeah,
it's over.
I think, regardless of what people think of Bayern at the moment, they're not going to slip up 3 times.
No, and Leipzig aren't going to win every single game.
Exactly, and it's just, Leipzig, as you've been mentioning to me, because you know them more than I do, but like Werner, they didn't replace him, did they? Little things like that.
Yeah, okay, they didn't replace Werner, but their defense now has become extremely strong. It's not like they're firing on all cylinders. And then last week, when you see the goals that they conceded against Mainz, that's worrying, because that's what they can do. The goals against United, that's what they can do. It's a bit more alarming, but credit to Nagelsmann. This squad should not be competing for the Bundesliga.
No. But I think, top 2 will be a good season, I think.
The top 4 still is a good season for... I know people have got Leipzig in the top 4 before, but Nagelsmann really is transforming this Leipzig team. He's transforming a lot of players that are there.
Yeah,
and he's made Konate, Meccano, all these players, Orban even, better players. And actually, one of the top goalkeepers in the who's got the most saves this season. Not the most saves, the highest save percentage, I think, is Gulashi. So,
Okay.
yeah, I criticise him quite a lot as well because I don't think he's up to the standard, but he's had a good season. He did make an error against Mainz, going for that ball, and they got ahead of him.
Going back to the Super Bowl, will you be watching it?
I have not decided yet. I might. I still undecided about it.
I've booked a day off work, so whether or not I've got the option to just not worry about sleep, basically.
Haha.
So I booked the day off like last week because when I found out Mahomes and Brady got to the Super Bowl, I was like, yeah, I feel like this is one I don't want to miss. So yeah, our preview will be up on Thursday night. Don't miss that. And
I'll give it a little watch. You know what's Thursday night as well? I think we've got a little Spurs Chelsea.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Ooh,
It's always a heated encounter, isn't it?
I might have to ask Jack or George to do a watch along.
That would be intriguing. I like those games.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tuchel won them.
Yeah, I could see it happening.
I just don't rate Spurs at the moment because, I mean, if any of you were with us when we did the watch along the other day with Spurs versus Liverpool, I personally thought it was a bit of a boring game, but for Luke and Joe they loved it because Liverpool won, of course, but I just didn't rate Spurs one bit.
No, it's the dominance that Liverpool are accustomed to. They haven't shown that. Like, you know they're going to win a match just with their presence on the pitch. That's almost what it was the other day, wasn't it? It almost felt like they knew what they were doing this time, rather than being stuck in second gear or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I still question even at the beginning questioned Tottenham's title challenge hopes because I didn't see much improvement. Let's not forget when we came out of lockdown, Spurs weren't that impressive. I thought that Jose Mourinho seemed very tactically inept. I looked at the Manchester United game, typically Tottenham versus Man United, end of last season, just after lockdown, and it looked like United could be easily exploited out wide, but Jose Mourinho would not adapt his tactics to try and do that.
No.
He just kept putting central players on, and you thought, are you okay there, Jose? And even the other day, going to a 4-2-3-1, I mentioned this also during our stream. Does he know what he's doing when he's changing the system like this? Is he sure what he's doing? I don't feel like Jose Mourinho's ever got it right when he has to change system. When he's had to get a team organised, yes, but when he has to change system, no, it just seems like he's out of ideas.
I feel like as well though, when last season when they got Europa League on the final day, it was when Mourinho and his bench team and all that celebrated, and I thought to myself,
Jose
really?
Mourinho has come to that. He has come to that now. Yeah.
Not just that, the club, as in because of the fact that they were once a good team in the Champions League under Poch, and oh, hang on a minute, here come Bayern Munich in the meantime, and it's going to go across the face of goal. Oh, it's a bit of a mistake. Oh, and it's a goal. Lewandowski taps it in. A mistake between the Hoffenheim defender and the goalkeeper makes it a simple tap-in for Lewandowski. And after 56 and a half minutes, Bayern Munich are now 3-1 up, which, Seb, if they can just hold on to that or even extend that lead, it's looking good for them in the table.
I'm not sure what the goalkeeper's doing there. He grabs it once, he hits it a second time, and that puts it into the path of Lewandowski. I think we can call it. The season's over.
Oh, he said it. Sebastian True has said it.
But the fight for top four
the 30th of January 2021. We'll get it on a pillow and we'll sell it in our merchandise store.
But the fight for top four is far from being over.
Yeah.
Dortmund's still drawing. Union Berlin is still winning against Mönchengladbach. It's on.
Well, Bayern Munich, Lewandowski. I mean, I admire teams like this though because they always have different goal scorers, even with Lewandowski. You know what I mean? Like you have your Muller, you have your Kimmich with the assist. You've got Muller being an assist king as well as a goal scorer. Then you've got Lewandowski doing his job. It's just good to see. I like that.
Obviously.
It's hard to not admire this team.
Oh, of course, but they have their flaws.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say around all of this. You can't hate them. There's such a high work ethic that you've got to admire. But then, Who was the one who tried clearing the ball? Okay, Kingsley Coman does well to dribble past the player, get the cross in. Then I can't see which Hoffenheim centre back cleared it onto his goalkeeper, who's right next to him. The goalkeeper hits it with his hand, and then it bounces off his other hand, and it goes right into the path of Lewandowski, and it's just easy. It's easy to say that Lewandowski has a lot of tap-ins, but you got to be there, and he's always aware in the box.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a simple tap-in for him, and that's another goal for him this season. As he normally does score. He even scored last week against Schalke as well. It's just simple business for him. It really is, and he's probably playing the best of his life. And really, I'm still annoyed he didn't get that Ballon d'Or. But
24 goals this season.
Virtually.
24 goals in the Bundesliga.
Great. That's what, 24 already?
In the Bundesliga,
wow.
and 6 assists.
My God, I knew he had a lot, but I didn't know he had that many.
So he scored in every single Bundesliga game since the Leipzig game, which is the 5th of December.
Bloody crazy.
So before that, a goal against Schalke, a goal against Augsburg, a goal against Freiburg, a goal against Mönchengladbach, 2 goals against Mainz, 2 goals against Leverkusen, 2 goals against Wolfsburg, a goal against Union Berlin, and then none against Leipzig. It's even tiring reading out his stats. And it's 2-0 to Manchester City by the looks of it. Oh no, wait, no, I'm completely wrong. I'm rewatching the goal and mistaking myself. It is 1-0 still.
1-0 still, and well, as a United fan, it would be good if Sheffield United could get anything at Man City today after the embarrassment we had back in midweek. But Fulham are still 1-0 up with West Brom, and Palace and Wolves are goalless. But actually, we just had a comment from Abraham, who, hello, my friend, you were here last week for our Bayern Munich Schalke game. He said that Lewandowski is not just a goal scorer, he is also a goal provider.
Well, yes, 6 assists. You can't ignore that either. The top assist in the Bundesliga this season is now Kimmich with 10. You can't ignore the fact that 6 is still good for a striker. Involved in 30 goals in the Bundesliga, and we're just about halfway through. That is immense.
That's crazy.
And there's a physicality that Lewandowski has added to his game since he's got to Bayern Munich, and you can even see him running down the channel sometimes. So he definitely has more to his game than goal scoring or tap-ins, whatever. He's a fantastic player.
Let's compare that stat as well with there's probably different positions on the pitch, different players, but since Bruno Fernandes joined United, which was a year ago today, he's been involved in over 30 goals, goals and assists. And as you mentioned,
but that's the calendar year. That's a calendar year. Yeah, this is Lewandowski from the beginning of the season.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You compare the stats, and then you look at the time length. For Fernandes, it's been a year, and for Lewandowski, it's half a season.
Fernandes is a midfielder, so yeah, there's that to take into account. But double the amount of this goal machine midfielder. Wow, then yeah, Lewandowski, it's unbelievable. And he gets on the ball more now. He gets on the ball more now, because I remember in the Champions League, I think this season in the Champions League, I've actually not been impressed with Lewandowski. I think he's been really quite poor in the Champions League, hiding away in the games. I don't think he even attempts more than 10 passes in those games in the Champions League this season. But even now, we're 60 minutes into the game, he's completed 17 out of 20 attempted passes. He's getting involved in the game. He's really in and about.
Let's have a look at his Champions League stats from this season. So I'm just going to have a quick look, because I didn't follow much of Bayern Munich in the Champions League group stage. They were very fun to watch in the Champions League, because they're in a reasonably, I don't want to disrespect them by saying they're in a reasonably easy group, but Lokomotiv Moscow and Salzburg weren't that much competition for them. But they should have probably lost both games against Salzburg, and Lokomotiv Moscow, I think, they were much better than Bayern Munich in one of those games. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the first one. I can't get over the fact that in the first game in the group stage, they won 4-0 at home against Atletico Madrid. But look at the goal scorers: Koeman twice, Goretzka with one, and then Tolisso with the last one. It's not really, there's some, you'd expect a bit of a Muller in there, maybe a bit of a Lewandowski in there,
varied.
And it's varied. But again, that's why I think Bayern Munich could still win the Champions League this season, just because, hang on a minute, it's 4! Oh dear, it's Gnabry, and he didn't get one against Schalke.
We mentioned his goal-scoring drought, didn't we? And he's ended it now.
He's literally done it again. He's another goal scorer on the sheet for Bayern Munich, and this is a statement for me.
I was about to mention that Bayern Munich must be missing Goretzka now. Because it's an easy goal. Hoffenheim don't drop their defensive line back. They just let them play through them, and it's too easy for Bayern now. So on aggregate, it's 5-5.
Yes, this is the Champions League.
But if we mention just okay, Bayern Munich have got Tolisso out in midfield. I wouldn't say he's important, but they've got Goretzka out as well, and Javi Martinez, who are isolating. Goretzka's a big miss. He adds such physicality, and he can run the whole 90 minutes, and even more so than Kimmich. He is a machine. So that's the kind of thing that they might have missed today, but apparently not. Rocker's taken his place, and I'm not overly impressed. But the last time he started for Bayern Munich, he did get a red card. So, well, what can you say? What can you say?
What can you say? All you can say is, "Oh my goals!" If you're a Bayern Munich fan right now, it's a hell of a game for them at the moment.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering who the goal scorer was, it was Gnabry Abraham, in case you're wondering. What a game. What a game. Of course, RB Leipzig as well, Seb. Going into their Leverkusen game, they'll be even more nervous, I'd have thought.
Yeah, this result now means that Bayern Munich average exactly 3 goals a game. So that projection means at the end of the season, they should be at 102 goals. And we're talking about a 34-game season, not like in England where we have 38.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal, like, their ability to score goals.
Of course. Actually, funny enough, watching in the stands today is Rackham Low, which is interesting because Rackham Low has been linked to leaving the job after the Euros.
I don't think he's got anything to gain now by staying on as the Germany manager.
You'd take winning a World Cup for your nation, and that's enough for me if I was a manager for a national team.
I guess, but that's not what ambitious people do, is it? They want to win more and more and more. It's like fun. I remember Fofana have given an interview the other day, and he was mentioning it's not about winning one Champions League, then it's over. It's about winning a second. It's about winning a third. It's about winning as many as possible. And you can tell that some players are a lot more ambitious than others in that simple mindset there.
I'll tell you what, if they can get this 5th goal by and Seb, it'll be revenge from the last game. If you could do it, we can do it.
Yes, we got a comment from Harsh Pandey saying, imagine if they scored 7 or 8 goals, they'd make a statement after their loss to Klein in the DFD, which is how is it? The German Cup. Yeah, it would be a big statement. I don't think Bayern Munich have to make any statements now. They're 10 points clear.
No. But as you say, the lead in the table and then being out of a cup, as you say, that means they could put more energy into the European Cup and to defend that.
Yes, and against Lazio, it should be seen as a winnable match. I still think Immobile can cause them a lot of problems, and I can't wait to see it.
The 3rd top goal scorer in Europe right now, Immobile. In 2020, he was the 3rd top goal scorer, yes, which, not a player people talk about so often when you compare him to Ronaldo and Lewandowski. Hoffenheim just had a shot and it's blocked in the box. Yeah,
Bayern look like they've applied that pressure that was mentioned before, and they can sit back now. They've got their 2 goals in the second half.
Abraham has just said Bayern are always the Bundesliga favourites.
Of course they are. Of course.
Of course. With that kind of backing and how big the club is in Europe, it's no doubt.
So, Hertha Berlin have taken the lead against Frankfurt just now. Dortmund have recently just taken the lead, and Borussia Mönchengladbach have just equalised not so long ago. All big for this title challenge, shall we say. This puts Dortmund back in the top 4. They're too far to catch Bayern now. They're 13 points behind, even if they win tonight.
Oh, I've just had a new bid on one of my shirts.
Which one is it? Which shirt is it?
The Wayne Rooney United away shirt from 2010, which was that white one with the red and black stripe on the sleeve.
You know what to do, YouTube? Yeah, Put a bid in for that shirt.
Yeah.
We want to make it. Want to make
doesn't
it.
get any percentages on the profits.
No, of course not. But we want to make it explode like GameStop.
Oh, that news story. That is the highlight of the week. That is
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
It is brilliant. I was talking to my brother about it this morning after talking to you about it last night.
It's amazing. I'm going to put on the Mönchengladbach game because the AC Milan game is just.
Game.
No. I've got the Bayern Munich on game still. Background. I had the AC Milan game on. They won 2-1 AC Milan, which is quite important because they looked like they were hanging on near the end.
Let's have a look at the latest scores.
Oh, and Frankfurt have equalised.
They have
equalised. Let's hope it's Jovic because he's just come on. Oh, it's Andre Silva.
Oh, and Sancho has put Dortmund ahead.
Yes, that's I didn't mention the goal scorer before. Yeah.
Sancho, wow, that could be a very vital goal if they can hold on to that.
Andre Silva getting a goal. Can we mention it? He's got as many goals and assists as Haaland this season. He's played more, but that can't go unnoticed, can it?
I mean, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
So he's had tough spells at AC Milan and Sevilla. He went on loan to Sevilla, but he was sold to AC Milan. He started well in the Europa League. He got 8 goals that season, I think, in his first one for AC Milan, and never seemed like the player from Porto that could kick on. But now, obviously, 12 goals last season wasn't great, but he's got 14 and 17 this season, and now he's got Jovic to accompany him up front.
Yeah.
He should kick on now. He's 25. He should be wanting to play for Portugal. So it's good for him.
And it's now with Mane, and he leaves it for
Sane.
I think it's Pavard. Sorry, Sane. What am I saying? It's Pavard who scores. Seb's favourite player, makes it 5-1 to Bayern Munich. It's a lovely strike, and Oliver Kahn in the stands applauds it. And it's now Bayern Munich 5, Hoffenheim 1. And Seb, there's still 20 minutes to go.
See, he's got a good strike on him. I told you, when he angles himself, he can get a good strike on.
He listened to you, you know.
Well, no, he didn't, because he always does that, and he can do it well.
But he reminded him.
Yeah.
How good.
I'm just disappointed it wasn't outside the box. That disappoints me. So that means that it's Benjamin Pavard's first goal of the season. Oh, it looks like Sané might be offside. I think he's offside, Sané.
Oh dear.
I think he's offside when that pass goes in. Baumann, the goalkeeper, couldn't really do anything. He could have.
And it has been disallowed. You're right.
So
God, yeah.
Thank goodness we can continue criticising Pavard.
Oh, it's not good for me. I've just changed the title.
Hey, I changed the scoreboard too, Jamie. We're both working on this.
And actually, Abraham has just said Pavard is so good. Seb,
I don't agree. I think we have strong disagreements there. He can strike the ball phenomenally, but I don't think he's. I think he's probably a weak link in this Bayern defence. It reminds us of the Mainz game where he was just absolutely awful, and he got taken off, and Kimmich got put it right back. He was that awful. So I think Pavard. I'm not totally sold on this Pavard. I think he's still got a lot of proving to do to me, but he's 24, so he's got time. Oh, 25 in a month's time. I speak too soon.
Abraham's just said as in towards the goal, I think.
Well,
yeah, it's a bit annoying.
I don't know, probably owed to my criticism of Pavard. I'm not convinced. He's one thing he does well is his throw-ins. His throw-ins are always spot on.
They're not foul throw-ins, are they?
No, I just think in every aspect, like no. In
you love your foul throws.
The thing that Pavard does better than most players is striking the ball like that. Most right backs. That's what he does best. But going forward, he's slower than other right backs. His delivery's okay. He has decent delivery, but his defending, you can just get run over easily. And that's the thing about the Bundesliga now is when you see games like Hoffenheim not really exploiting the wide areas, they don't try to. You think about Leipzig typically. Okay, Leipzig exploit a bit more often now, and that's where you saw a lot of why Pavard isn't a good right back when he comes up against Angelino or something. Yeah, I say that, and he's getting involved in the game right now. A load, isn't he?
Oh, and here it comes, the free kick. It's with Sane, goes for goal. Oh, what a save! It's staying in play. Oh, and I don't know if that was meant to be a shot or cross that goes across the face of goal at the end. It's going to be a throw-in for Hoffenheim. It looked like it came off Lewandowski, and it's going to be a double substitution. But what a save! That would have been a great goal for Sane to have made it 5-1. But
it would have been another assist from Kimmich. A bit of a cheap one, isn't it? A bit of a cheap one, rolling it from the free kick, but it still counts.
Kimmich is like me when I used to play on Call of Duty. I'd never get the kills, but I'd always get the assist. I'm just that good at being the assist.
You just flail around the gun, but you're not good enough to stay to keep your composure.
Yeah, I'm not the one that makes the last bullet of a kill. Which I guess is a good talent, I have no idea. But you'd always be lower in the leaderboard if you had less kills, so maybe it's not.
Of course.
That is my theory of Kimmich.
I'd be intrigued if anyone's got the stats on who combines most for goals, because we know about Son and Kane in England. Even in Germany, does Kimmich because I don't feel like Kimmich particularly strikes a relationship with Lewandowski.
Okay.
Because he got one for Muller the other week. He got one for Boateng today. I think Kimmich's assists come to all-round players. Does Muller get a lot of assists for Lewandowski? I'm trying to think now. I don't know.
Sure.
I'd like if anyone had the stats to tell me.
We need a spreadsheet.
Because in the Premier League, Kane, the best partnership is Kane assisting to Son, and the second best partnership in the Premier League this season is Son assisting Kane.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh! Double save there by the Hoffenheim keeper.
Baumann it is.
Yeah, he had to keep it on the line there, and it was a.
He's made some good saves today.
Kick.
He's made some good saves.
He has, yeah. I mean,
he obviously culpable for the third goal that Lewandowski got.
It was funny. The Schalke keeper did a good job, even though they lost 4-0.
It's a double save. He catches it and then catches it, Jamie.
I know.
Pushing it a bit, weren't you? You got Abraham saying, "What's our favourite clubs?" So, Jamie, I'll let you go first on what's your favourite club.
Yep. Manchester United is my team, so I support them. I've supported them since I was 4. So, but to be honest, I grew up with an older brother supporting Man United, so I kind of got hypnotised into that. And childhood-wise, great memories, but now I don't know.
So he's 26 to give a bit of a reference of. He's not 14. He's seen United win the league.
I've seen United win everything: Champions League, Club World Cup, everything. Which is, at least I can take that off, but I would love to see it again.
I think I'm going to shock people by saying that I don't have a favourite club whatsoever. I don't. I like football. I just watch football.
If you actually, in terms of not supporting a club, what would you say is your favourite club? You must have one.
I have soft spots for clubs, obviously. Like
Who's
Mönchengladbach, I like them as well. In England, I find it hard to say. I find it really hard to say. I don't really. I just like watching certain clubs. I don't really have a preference. I really don't. I just like watching football.
I know what you mean. I've got a friend called Justin. Actually, we've got. I'll mention Justin in a minute. We've got Daipan Rana saying, "Shout out, please, all the way from Nepal." Oh, interesting.
Nice to get some viewers from Nepal. That's all around the world, yeah.
Deepan, if you are watching, do give us a subscribe. Do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, because you'll know where our next future watch-alongs will be, especially if you support Bayern Munich. We always do a few Bundesliga games, especially on the Saturdays.
I want to ask Deepan, do they have a Nepalese league over there? How is it? How is the football in Nepal? How is the national team? Is there good prospect? Do they play a lot? Do they try and qualify for tournaments? Because I'm not too aware of Nepalese football, and I'd be intrigued to know.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you don't think of football there, do you, really?
But just to inform us all now, Dortmund have gone 3-1 up.
Oh.
So yeah.
Who've gone 3-1 on Dortmund?
Dortmund. So very, very important victory if they get it. Yeah.
You like my friend.
You're mentioning your friend, before.
He's just no. I tell you what. Before we talk about that, he's responded to you, Seb. Deepan is saying we are far behind in football. Is that lack of funding at all? Is it? I mean,
is there a league though in Nepal? Is there a professional league, semi-professional, or just amateur? Because I know that I know that like Andorra, it's a place in the mountains, almost like Nepal has got a lot of mountainous regions. Andorra, they've got I think it's a 7-team league, something like that. I tried looking on Google Maps at all the football pitches, and you just go through the village, and it's just a football pitch. Okay, so he says, yeah, it's pretty much so I'm guessing, yeah, amateur leagues, because I've not been able to find on an app there any Nepalese leagues.
And thank you very much, Dipan Rana. He has just become our latest subscriber.
Thank you.
And Sebastian Mikowski as well. So that means we now have 314. So thank you very much for that, Dipan, for your support. Who's your team, Dipan? Harsh Pandey has said India has Indian Super League. Yep, that is.
Yeah, India does. I remember them.
Know that. Yeah,
I think there was Owen Coyle who went out there to coach.
he was there for a while, I think.
I'm not too sure. But yeah, I definitely know. Was Phil Brown over there as well?
Phil Brown was there, you're right, yeah, Phil Brown was there. I think Phil Brown nearly went to China as well, but I don't think he did at the end.
Wouldn't it be just the biggest injustice if Phil Brown was getting 15 million a year for coaching a team over there? I mean, that'd just be absolutely just awful, wouldn't it? You'd just feel bad about yourself. What's the point in trying?
Yeah, you know what sounds really bad? You do have some funny figures in football, especially managers who, if it wasn't for football, they would never see the world.
Possibly, yeah. I said Roberto Carlos played a match in the Indian Super League. I feel like I should have known that, but I don't think I did. I
remember, Harsh Pandey might remember, but there was like this five-a-side tournament or futsal tournament they did for football legends in India. And Scholes and Giggs were part of it. Ronaldinho was there, and it was such a good lineup. But even in, I know five-a-side's completely different to normal football, but my God, I would love to pay to see that.
Oh, and Werder Bremen have equalised.
Oh.
And
so
I was mentioning
Schalke 1-1.
1-1, yeah. And John Sargent has come off, so the battle between the Americans is officially. Joshua Sargent has come to an end. With neither of them getting a goal.
Ibrahim is from Kerala. I'm not sure where that is. Where is that? Do you have a team called Kerala Blasters? That is a great name.
It's in India, Kerala. It's in India.
Yeah. Is that your team, Abraham, as well as Bayern Munich?
So south region of India. Okay.
That is interesting.
I can't pretend I know a lot about India, so
keep those texts
being enlightened.
coming in.
Keep them coming.
Hoffenheim have got a sub coming on now with 9 minutes to go, and that's Dabber coming on for Bidor.
So I have a soft spot for Mönchengladbach, like you do as well, Jamie. I also like them because they've got quite a few Swiss players in that team. They've got notably Sommer, who's Swiss, Elvedi, Zakaria, and Bolo. They've got and they also had Favre at one point, the Swiss manager. To give anyone a bit of context, I live in Switzerland, so that makes it a bit clearer.
Abraham, looks like Abraham is a fan of the Blasters.
That was some good knowledge there, Jamie, to know that there's a team called Blasters over there. Or was that, or did you manage to type that on Google really quickly?
Oh yeah, no, that was a Google job.
Oh, you're quick. You're quick. I'll give you credit.
I'm good at acting.
Pavard did well to get the ball away from across there. So Pavard must be playing well. No, he's done all right in this game. He's getting on the end of Hoffenheim's crosses, which is probably needed considering the first goal that Hoffenheim scored, which was him basically not tracking Kramaric when the cross came in. You could say yes, it was a bit. The play was moving quite fast when Hoffenheim got their goal, so you can't expect him to have tracked back. But he's doing well now. He's doing well. I'll give him credit where it's due. And also his passing has been quite. I've been impressed with his passing in this game, Pavard's. I'm going to look at his pass completion in this match.
Harsh Pandey saying, any thoughts about Juventus? I don't think they are going to retain the title this year.
I think they will.
Oh, really?
I just saw AC Milan struggle to beat Bologna, who are, I think 20 games, 20 points. I see Inter and Juventus fighting it out until the end. I see, because Inter have no other competitions except for maybe the Coppa Italia. They've got 2 games to go to win that. And then they've only got the league. They've not even got Europa League, so... And their squad is big. I don't see them offloading players like Sanchez or Eriksson by the end of the window. They'll have a lot of players to come in, do a job. And also, it's Conte. I don't think Conte will be 10 points behind the leaders. That, no matter how much we can criticise him, I just don't see that happening. So it's good. For me, it's Inter and Juventus. I think AC Milan might trail off a bit. And obviously Roma is still in the mix, and it's hard to see why, considering their last performances, notably against Spezia and against Lazio. They're just awful. Lucky to get the win against Spezia. They didn't have Dzeko or Mkhitaryan, so that's positive news. And also with a goalkeeper like Paul Lopez, yes, Paul Lopez played well against Inter. I don't think they can go far either, Roma, so Inter and Juventus for me. I think Conte might finally do it with Inter.
Abraham is saying Kerala Blasters are going not very well. They spent a lot of money in this season, which actually I would love to get your thoughts, Abraham. What's it like in India Super League at the moment? Is it becoming a serious thing? Because as we all know, the biggest thing that happens in India in sport is the Indian Premier League in cricket. Absolutely massive, and it was only launched in the late 2000s, but it's become an absolute massive event in cricket. Probably the biggest, I'd say the biggest T20 competition in cricket. So are you a cricket fan as well? I'm sure you are. You must be. It must be criminal not to be in India.
Oh, Bayern Munich are scrambling the ball away there, weren't they? Neuer just did the job, but this is the thing. You'll get a chance against Bayern. You'll get a chance against Bayern. There's no problem. I mean, Neuer saves that with his face. Okay. Okay.
He's done that a few times, hasn't he, Neuer?
Yeah. I think he's one of in the top 3 for amount of shots stopped this season. But it also goes to show that you get chances against Bayern Munich. How many goals will Bayern score tonight with 6 minutes to go? I think it's over now. I think they've taken their foot off the gas there. Yeah. So just looking even just at Kerala Blasters, their stadium, 60,000. I think you mentioned that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I know that India has a lot of big stadiums as well compared to other countries. Well, India's a big country. But yeah, I'd be intrigued to see what it's all like, the football over there.
It's funny, isn't it? There are some countries. Oh, that was close. There are some countries which I think are starting to realise.
David James played for them.
Oh, really?
Yes. He was
No way.
Was the first manager and marquee player of the club.
God, it's fun. It is
Steve
a funny
Coppell
career.
has managed them.
Steve Coppell, where's he these days? I bet he did all right at Reading, I thought.
Steve Coppell always likes to hide away, doesn't he?
Yes,
So-
especially when you got no hair.
So he managed, I excuse my pronunciation, Jamshedpur, another Indian club after this one, and then went to another Indian club, ATK. So I think Steve Coppell's having the time of his life in India at the moment.
Daipan Ran is also a cricket fan. Who's your team then? I mean, obviously for me it's England. We did a good win over Sri Lanka last week, but now we play India. We've got a tour in India at the moment, so that's going to be interesting for you Indian supporters. But the way Joe Root's playing, I think he's going to lead us. Well, I don't think we're going to win, and India are going to win the whole thing. But that win at the Gabba for India last week was something special.
Okay, so there's a corner that was just taken by Hoffenheim. There's something bothers me about Boateng just passing behind the player while he's taking the corner.
Oh, Neuer with a great save. Sorry, sir.
He puts the ball out from the corner. He's been busy. He's been busy, Neuer, in this last period.
Good save.
I think Musiala's struggling a bit. He seems to be getting shrugged over too often in this game. But that's his big problem. And he's 17, so it's hard to criticise him. Oh, that is a fantastic save. But he anticipates it well. He sees it coming before the shot is taken. So he gets on his left foot and then can spring out. That's good. That's a good save. You see how he just does that little jump? He's seen that coming. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that save.
Oh, Daipan says Australia's his favourite team.
Okay.
Yes, Australia. Steve Smith. Without what would they be like without Steve Smith right now? Run rates would not be the same, of course. But Steve Smith is such a good player.
So Abrams said 5th of February. I'm waiting for that. Well,
that must be. Yeah,
I'm guessing it's the Hertha Berlin match. Am I right?
5th of Feb. It's a Friday, isn't it? So
Barcelona PSG from Harsh Pandey. Yeah. We'll try and watch that one as well because that should be thrilling.
That'd be a great game. He's on about the test. England starts.
Okay. I thought because Bayern Munich were playing that day so.
Yeah, they might be.
They are against Hertha Berlin. I took a guess and I just checked.
On Friday night. That was good.
Took a guess, just checked.
So there's 2 things to look forward to there.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at the schedule next week, you've got Schalke hosting RB Leipzig, Freiburg against Dortmund. That'd be a good game. Leverkusen, Stuttgart, another good game. Mönchengladbach hosting FC Cologne, Mainz and Union Berlin.
Yeah, I think the big one for me that weekend is Leverkusen, Stuttgart. I'd love to see how that ends. But really high intensity teams, both of them.
I think I'm looking forward to seeing Schalke. I'm not saying they're going to get anything, but you just never know.
Schalke, they're trying to turn a corner slowly, but I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, let's mention again another Swiss manager with Gross there. I was mentioning the Swiss managers with Favre before. Do you think Dortmund, if they lost today, where would they turn to for a manager? Because it can't go on with Terzic like this.
Not when there's still enough games to turn it round.
Because they can turn it round. They definitely can, and I don't think they should wait too late. You wait too late, then.
Who is that?
They can't afford to miss out on Champions League. Dortmund.
Rack 'em low.
Oh my God!
Until the Euros.
Jamie said it.
Can you imagine if that happened? No, obviously it wouldn't, but imagine if that happened. Because let's be honest, Rack 'em low's got nothing to do until the summer.
Rack 'em low to Dortmund, Flick to Germany, and then Nagelsmann to Bayern. And then we get Hasselhüttl back at Leipzig.
Hasselhüttl, yes.
Oh my God.
We've just written it.
We've just written the whole. We've closed the whole circle jerk of German managers. But okay, another comment saying Mönchengladbach have the more future class players. They are yes. We've mentioned we absolutely love them.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in Thuram recently. You know that spit that he got suspended 5 games for. That was completely unnecessary. But even you got Embolo as well, the Swiss player. Mentioned him as well. But even Wolf, I like Wolf, who's on loan from Leipzig. So.
Yeah, Wolf. How old is he now?
Wolf is 21.
21. I think he was 24.
No, he's 21. And Nagelsmann doesn't like him.
Yeah.
So it's full time. Just forgot to mention that. Yeah, we were getting caught up in conversation there.
It's all right. Bayern Munich 4, Hoffenheim 1. They've just shown the expected goals for this game, and Bayern Munich, it was 1 point whatever. I'm thinking, well, they've tripled that at least, and that means they at least go 10 points clear before RB Leipzig play by Leverkusen this evening. Seb, your thoughts on that game? Because Hoffenheim gave him a good go in that first half, but then that second half just completely changed it.
It was routine. For me, that seemed routine. Bayern Munich don't get 1,000 chances per match, but the chances they get, they put them away. And this is just the efficiency that we know from Bayern Munich. And rightly won. I mean, they gave him a scare at the end. Hoffenheim, there were some good chances. I still like Hoffenheim despite them being quite low down on the table. I like the projects that they carry out. They do develop young players as much as Mönchengladbach, as much as Dortmund. And unfortunate to lose 4-1, but that makes it now 5-5 on aggregate between them both. That's the important thing.
Bayern Munich. Well, can you imagine if that was in the Champions League? Both teams would have the same away goals.
Well, then Hoffenheim would have the chance in extra time to score more away goals, which is probably I'm not sure I like the extra time with the away goal system because.
Yeah, that's not fair, is it?
Because then that means that it's not, but it adds the excitement. It really does.
I do think that's the weird thing about the away goal system. I don't like it, but I kind of don't dislike it the same. I don't know. I have my thoughts, but I do think it's made a lot of ties very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Jamie.
No, go on. I'm done.
I wanted to also say about another thing about Mönchengladbach, they come to the end of their game. They've got 6 minutes of added on time, so they've got time to get a winner against Union Berlin. But even the young players at Mönchengladbach, I mean, Zakaria, a bit older at 24, and Elvedi. Now, I'll say this now, and I think I've said this last week on our stream. Any big club would do well to get Elvedi in. I think if you're Liverpool and you're thinking spending not more than 20 million, I don't know what the asking price would be for Elvedi, but Mönchengladbach don't sell expensive. I think you look at Elvedi. I really do. I think he's very underrated. And obviously he's got 3 goals in his last 2 matches. So.
One to watch out for, maybe. If the Liverpool scouts are watching, make sure you send a check to Sebastian True at letstalksport.com.
Yeah. Another comment saying Thiago's a big loss for Bayern Munich. Yes, I don't think he's as good as the hype was made out to be, but he's definitely a loss because that midfield is starting to get run over in the sense that, I mean, you've had Kimmich injured this season, you've had Goretzka who gets his injuries every now and then. It's weak. When Musiala has to play so many games at the age of 17, this is not what Bayern wanted. And Tolisso, you can never rely on. And Martinez is about, I mentioned, when he walks, as soon as he runs 1 meter, he's tired. So yeah, Thiago's a miss just for the depth. Just simply that, so they can rotate the midfield. I don't think he's the biggest loss in the way they play. I think Kimmich gives so much to them, and Goretzka runs around the pitch that 2 of them in midfield almost feels like 3. They're that energetic. I think Goretzka and Kimmich would have been the pairing in centre midfield. So I don't think he's too much of a loss, but he's definitely a loss for the squad depth, yeah. See you next time, Harsh Pandy, as well.
All right, yep, see you later, Harsh Pandy. Thanks as always for your support. Of course, for anyone, before we finish the stream, if you haven't yet, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more of these streams and watch-alongs. We'd very much appreciate it because the support keeps us going, and it's been a fantastic stream for us this afternoon. Now, before we wrap up, here are the Bundesliga results and live scores. So on the 93rd minute...
Schalke.
What, have they scored?
Schalke conceded.
No! Oh, they were 1-1 as well.
Oh, my God.
They were leading the game.
This gets them back down to the bottom of the table. Oh, it's sad.
Oh, that's so
sad.
No one wants to see that. That's like the Titanic music, isn't it? For that goal.
And we mentioned Bayern Munich being immense. They scored 57 goals this season. That's the 50th goal that Schalke have conceded this season.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh, it is.
Oh, that's so sad. Union Berlin won, Mönchengladbach won in stoppage time as well. But Dortmund have got a good win, a vital win against Augsburg, 3-1.
A needed win.
And a much needed win. Frankfurt 2-1 up against Hertha Berlin on the 94th minute. So quickly looking at the table as things stand, Bayern Munich go 10 points clear of RB Leipzig before they take on Bayer Leverkusen this evening.
Don't believe it. West Brom are winning 2-1.
What? We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about the table for a moment. Frankfurt now go up to 3rd with their 2-1 win if it stays like that. Bayer Leverkusen, though, if they could get a win or at least a draw, they will go back to 3rd over Frankfurt. And Dortmund's win gets them into 5th at the moment. Wolfsburg in 6th. And then looking at the bottom of the table, as Seb has just mentioned, that defeat to Schalke now puts them rock bottom. And that means Mainz, even though they lost to Stuttgart last night, stay 2nd from bottom, and FC Cologne are in 16th place. So, of course, we'll talk about all the Premier League results, all the Bundesliga results, all the results around the world later on, as Seb has just mentioned. So, yeah, join us at 5:30 UK time for our final whistle show. A good old 2-hour slot with myself, Jamie Davies, Sebastian True, Joe Stanley, Adam Davis, Jack Price, and then at some point Johnny Drew will be watching the certain games of Arsenal versus Man United. Of course, we've got RB Leipzig against Leverkusen. And if you really, really love your non-league, we'll also be keeping an eye on Bromley versus Aldershot Town, which will be interesting. Anyway, my thanks to Seb, and my thanks to you viewers at home. Stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. And don't forget